Now we're logged in. We can see the home screen. And what we see on the left side of the screen is the left navigation bar. It offers some very basic information about the version of our system here, for instance. Next is the home screen. Again, you will notice when I move my mouse over one of those icons, I will see what this icon is about. So the first one is the home screen. If I click on it, it will just be refreshed and it will be maximized. What we see on the home screen is some basic information. I can configure the home screen by just simply selecting one of those home boxes and put it on my home screen. I can also sort them according to my preferences. In this example here on my home screen, I have the task list. So I see all my tasks that have been assigned to me by somebody else. So the different background colors means different priorities. Then I have my recent objects, my recent downloads, my recent uploads. Then I have access to my reports. So the reports have to be defined by somebody that has access to the report management. And then I can just simply select them and can see, okay, where is the latest user coming from, for instance. Or I can select another report and see, okay, my most of the storage is consumed by videos, for instance. Then I can also select favorites, so my favorite assets, for instance, and I have just one favorite asset that I can see here. Next item in our navigation bar is the navigation tree. So what you see here is my personal desktop, administration. Again, I need to have permissions to access the administrative features. And then we have three different so-called publications. So publications can be, for instance, a website. It can be a digital asset management platform. It can be a repository for different components that you might integrate into other websites, partner websites, and shops. I will go to the next item, to the search. The search offers you a very basic search, a general search that you just type in an expression and you can look for that expression in all your assets, pages, components. Keep in mind that the system will analyze and index all the content of Microsoft Office documents, of OpenOffice documents. So that means if the content is stored in a Microsoft Word document or in a PowerPoint, Excel sheet, or any of those OpenOffice documents, in a PDF file, or it's maybe a metadata in an image, in a video, in an audio file, it will index these contents automatically. And you can search for them. If you don't want to search for content, but you want to rather find a file by its file name that you uploaded a while ago, you can also say, I only want to look for the object names. And you can also restrict it to certain publications if you want to. So next is the advanced search. For the advanced search, you have to keep in mind that all the content that you store in the system is pretty much based on templates. So when you operate a website, you will have maybe multiple templates. Templates consist of mainly HTML code, JavaScript code, cascading style sheets, and so on. So the templates can be a design, like in the form of an HTML web page. They can maybe also be a PDF file, so you want to render a PDF document or any other type of document. Or they can be a simple metadata schema or metadata definition. So what kind of metadata fields I want to use for my organization. So in this case, we just pick for the demo digital asset management solution. So our digital asset management platform, we have just one single template that we're using. As we can see here, it's called default. So we select it. And then we will see all the fields that we can now look into. So we can type in an expression in one of those fields, and we can also combine those fields for the search with and, or. Next is keywords. So here you see a list of all the keywords in your system. The keywords are based on keyword fields. Keyword fields can be also linked to your taxonomy if you are using it, or just a simple list of keywords. So here you see all the keywords that are used right now in the system in all those publications. And you see the number of objects that are using the same keyword. So for instance, if I see audio is used by 11 different probably assets. So I just select it, and now the system will present me with all the assets that have been found here. Next is media. The media search supports a search for types. So let's say I just want to find videos, for instance, for file size, for media size. So that means it can also be an exact size that you are looking for, the width and height. An image type and image colors. So whenever you upload or import an image, for instance, the image will be analyzed and all the primary colors will be saved. So when I want to look for images that are using, for instance, one of their primary colors, red and blue, I can start the search and I will again find those images with a primary color of red and blue. Next is the geolocation search. You just pretty much drag a layer over the map to define your search area. So whenever a user has uploaded an asset inside the search area, it will present you the search result of all those assets that have been uploaded in this geolocation. So you just simply can drag any layer by clicking the right mouse button. Next is the last modified search. You just simply select a range of dates or just one date. So if you want to look for something that is older or newer than a certain date. Next is the object and link ID. So what you need to know is each object, let's say an image, has always a unique object ID. It's not really important for you. More important is that it also has a unique hash code. So whenever you send somebody a download link in an email, it will also be presented by using a hash code. So if you don't know what is actually behind this hash code, you can copy the hash code, paste it in here, and you will find the object again. The container ID, here it's important to know that container ID is a presentation of the content itself. Keep in mind we are using templates. So I can use, for instance, two different templates based on the same content. So the content means maybe the text, maybe the image, whatever is the content, is the same, and I create a connected or linked copy of the same content. So I have maybe different objects using the same content. So whenever I change the content, all the objects will be changed. So here I can look also for a specific container ID, which is the content. Then I can also look for the sender or the receiver of a message. So let's say I send somebody a message, I don't know what it was exactly or what I sent in this message. I can find it again, and I also can filter by dates as well. And last but not least, we have a save of all the search parameters that I'm using right now, so I can easily execute the same search again. Next, we want to take a look at the chat. You will find the chat here on the sidebar again. You click on it, and then you will see on the left side a chat window has been opened. You can invite other users that are currently online to the chat. You can just simply type a message down here for the chat. Let's see, hello. And what is maybe also very important, you can also select an item and send it to the chat. So this way you can discuss about the object in the chat. You can simply click on it, open it, and you can make any annotations on it or use, for instance, also fields. Sometimes there's also, depending on your configuration, a comment field where you can also just post your comments. The next button is the logout button, and on the bottom we see an information about our username and the date and time of the selected time zone of my user.